You are now listening to On One Radio, the talk show podcast station. This is Sistah Talk, and I'm your host, Sistah Such and Such. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to all the new listeners and all of my On One Stay Ones. If you didn't hear it from me yet, happy Thanksgiving. I know it was yesterday and everybody is probably fat full or still getting fat and full and just really enjoying spending time with their family members. So I hope everybody had a really nice Thanksgiving. You spent time with your families and the children and all of that, and all the elders. And I hope all the families had a very wonderful Thanksgiving. Because I know I did. I got full and went to sleep and woke up and ate some more and went back to sleep. So I guess I'll consider that a very blessed and thankful Thanksgiving. Alright, so moving along here. Now, this podcast contains some quotation images and excerpts from copyrighted material. These uses fall well within the copyright doctrine of fair use. Fair use refers to the right to reproduce, use, and share. And this is a live broadcast, so to call up here, the number is 318-315-3971. I'll say that again, 318-315-3971. Yeah, and all calls are monitored and recorded for quality assurance purposes. Your continued participation in the telephone call serves as an express consent to be monitored or recorded. Now that we got that out the way. Now, what we're talking about here, I know y'all probably looked at the title and was like, what the hell? Just what the hell? Because I pretty much, when I went through these stories, I did the same thing. We got UPS employees doing too damn much, and it's just a mess. And then now you can, it's becoming popular to live in them itty bitty houses. So we're going to talk about all of that tonight. Now, let's start with UPS. Because this is some dumb shit if I ever seen some. Now, UPS employees allegedly ran a massive drug shipment operation, evading authorities for a whole damn decade. And I know you're thinking, how the hell does that happen? Because it be just your luck. You run a damn stop sign or a red light and you end up getting a ticket. Or when you need them, the police ain't nowhere around. Like, right. But you got these UPS employees up in Tuscan doing the fool. Now, a group of United Parcel Service employees allegedly helped to import and traffic massive amounts of drugs and counterfeit vaping oils from Mexico during the past decade. Part of the scheme that exploited a vulnerability in the company's distribution system, according to the police. Now, it was a lucrative operation at times involved moving thousands of pounds of marijuana and narcotics each week from narco traffickers into the United States to destinations across the country using standard cardboard boxes that were carefully routed through the private mail carriers' trucking and delivery systems. Now, that's what the authorities said. The cash operation generator was used to buy opulent homes, vacations, properties, and luxury vehicles, the detective said. Now you know them detectives was hot. They can't even afford shit like that. But they get away with doing it. But it goes on further to say, 4 UPS employees have been charged with drug trafficking in state court, and court records show that at least 11 people, including 2 UPS supervisors and drivers, have been arrested in the past 2 weeks on a slew of state charges stemming from the decade-long investigation by a task force of local, state, and federal law enforcement. See, you know what? They was watching them. They had started watching them. They're like, you can't. They did it too long. 10 years, they got comfortable. I mean, because to go any farther than that, they got comfortable. Now, investigations from the Counter Narcotics Alliance said accused ringleader Mario Barcelo, a 20-year UPS employee and dispatch supervisor, used a simple method to obscure the origin and destination of drug shipments, a tactic they worried could be replicated by other UPS employees and other drug trafficking organizations. Well, what do they think was going to happen? They just thought they would, criminals adjust too. Just like you adjust, you hit your thumb, the shit hurt like hell, and then after a while you start adjusting to the pain. And you know not to hit your thumb again. Well, they found another way to move their shit. That's all they did. They got a little more creative. They put more thought into it. That's what happens when you foil crimes and stop them patterns. They repattern, they restructure, and start somewhere else. Allegedly. Now, authorities said Barcelo, 49 years of age, used his position as a supervisor in the Tucson distribution facility to ensure known drug shipments were loaded onto the correct trucks and were delivered on time to their destinations without any interference or drug interdiction. Bypassing security measures the employees knew all too well. I wouldn't be losing my career over this bullshit. I mean, seriously, why would you? It's not logical. Just throw your whole shebang, just your whole career down a damn toilet. Gots to be more damn careful. Got to use your brains more often. Tuscan era law enforcement had been tracking Barcelo since at least 2009. But Tuscan Police Sergeant William Caterly said detectives were frustrated for years that the company did not work more proactively with them to intercept and prevent the suspected criminal behavior. Now, Barcelo was arrested on November 13th. He'd been able to provide this service to drug traffickers without being detected both internally and externally by law enforcement for years. They've been doing it for so long that they were truly comfortable. I said that. But y'all see, I ain't lying. Hell, it's the truth. They got comfortable. I knew what it was off the top. They were comfortable that they were never going to get caught. I say that shit all the time too. Criminals always have this delusion of not getting caught. But they'll never get caught. They untouchable. No, your ass is very much so touchable. Now, UPS said in a statement that it is cooperating with law enforcement officials, but that the company is not at liberty to discuss the details of the arrest, as this is an ongoing investigation. Now, the Arizona Attorney General's office, which is prosecuting the case, declined to comment as well. Some of the defendants were arraigned this week, but prosecutors haven't withheld specific details of the investigation. They ain't trying to say nothing. And I get it. Until it's all said and done, and then all the rest of the information is gonna come out. Can't nothing stay hidden. The whole system and everybody that's involved is gonna have to answer for this. It's consequences and shit like this. It always is. Now, some of the indictments have been sealed as well. So, I mean, that lets you know this is some for show shit here. They've been doing just all willy-nilly, just bossing it up, so-called. Now, Barcelona, I call him Barcelona. I'm sorry, I butchered your damn name. Barcelo and his alleged associates expanded the operation over time, transitioning from delivering marijuana to dealing in more valuable drugs and vaping pens. Similar black market vaping pens and all have been linked to the deadly outbreak of a lung illness that has sickened nearly 2,300 people and killed 47 nationwide. You know, Tony said something about that on one of them shows. Now, the drug ring, which allegedly learned how to bypass all security systems, was shipping several thousand pounds of drugs a week. At the peak of its operation, increasing profits the further east the packages were delivered. Their sales pitch was that because of who Barcelo was at UPS, he could make sure your package will make it out without anyone finding it. He had faced time with traffickers. Well, hell, he was going to have to, because he done got in the bed with them. You get in the bed with them folks that don't do your job and see what happened. Get caught and talk and see what happened. It's a catch-22. That's, people just don't understand. You ain't necessarily got to be about that life. Not that type of life. Because, either way it goes, the situation that this supervisor pretty much put himself in was a lose-lose. Either way it go, he was going to lose. Losing the job, losing his freedom, or losing his life for not doing what he said he could do. So all that grimy shit, these kids better wake up. These old heads better wake up. Because as you can see, this man ain't no spring chicken. Excuse me, spring rooster. But like I said, he had been doing it so long, he got comfortable. Now, the company also declined to answer questions about the suspected vulnerability, as police described it, in its internal delivery system that the alleged conspirators used to carry out their enterprise. That's because this story is going to go so much deeper than just that supervisor. Now, charging documents obtained by the Washington Post showed progress in the case did not come until 2017, when the detectives identified some of the UPS drivers who were allegedly involved in the scheme and got investigators inside UPS's fraud and security division to help. Now, undercover officers posing as drug traffickers contacted Barcelo's associates to ship parcels containing sham cocaine and cash during several months in 2018 and 19. Investigators also placed GPS trackers inside the boxes, documenting the packages, movement from the homes of the individuals charged in the conspiracy to the UPS hub and out for delivery. This shit runs deep. This is one of them situations where he just kept digging the hole. He done went past 6 feet on his own. Them damn choices. Now, the police also tapped the phones of the UPS employees and collected video footage of the group as they coordinated using the WhatsApp messaging app for the loading, handling, shipping, and retrieval of cash and boxes from undercover agents, authorities said. They tried. No, I can't say they tried. They did it. Because it took them that long to catch them. They did that. I don't condone that sort of thing. But they had that working for a while, and it's just a shame. Because how come none of the upper managements had anything to say about this? It almost makes me wonder, was everybody rubbing elbows in this and then just decide that if it goes to shit, then everybody on their own? So folks really got to be careful about what they get involved in and what they trying to do, because you get caught up in some shit and you ain't got no choice in the matter. The only choice you had was whether or not to get involved. And if you get involved, then you fucked. One way or the other. They got slick with it, using WhatsApp messaging for the handling of their special VIP packages. That's what I'm calling it. Now, along with Barcelo, UPS supervisor Gary Love, 40 years old, and driver Michael Castro, 34, and Thomas Mendoza, 47, face money laundering, drug possession, and drug distribution charges. 7 others are facing charges related to the shipping of the drugs and operating stash houses for the illicit materials. One defendant, a 26-year-old, is suspected of being a member of a larger drug trafficking organization in Mexico. He and an associate charged undercover agents $2,000 to accept a fake drug shipment and deliver it into the United States. And it goes deeper. We got more names. Surveillance of Barcelona, including wiretapping and undercover work, led police to Raul Garcia Cordova, 47, who was arrested November 21st on more than a dozen charges. Police raided his mansion and seized a boat, a Corvette, a Range Rover. Investigators found $50,000 counterfeit vaping pens in a storage locker. It just blows my mind of how people can. How is it that they get away with shit like that? But if you jaywalk somewhere, they want to give you a ticket. It just don't make no sense. And then you got all these old folks, and the youngest person in this that they named anyway, 26 years old. All these 47, 40, 34. I mean, the age is just like, come on now, you too old. You too old for this shit here. You know better than this bullshit. You know you ain't got no damn business doing that shit. You know you don't. But it's about choices, and they ass chose to do that. Now, the local television stations captured footage of the SWAT operations at Garcia Cordova's home last week as police hauled away the vehicles along with ledgers, cash, and marijuana found hidden under a jacuzzi. This motherfucker hid the green under the jacuzzi. Well, damn. Now, police allege that the man financed the operation. It was purely greed-driven, Caderly stated. The UPS employees make nearly 6 figures with benefits, but at some point, greed just took over. And the guy's honest truth is, she damn right. Caderly said that. It is greed-driven. Not being content with what you got, that's a hard one. Now, being content means living a decent life. I mean, you're not necessarily rich, you're not necessarily wealthy, but you're living comfortable. As long as you're comfortable, that's what should really matter. And throwing away years of service to this company for some bull, I wouldn't have done. No, you get on a job and you retire from that motherfucker. That's what you do. You don't start a damn drug ring. You just don't. Now, Now I'm going to be looking at the UPS man sideways every time one comes. And he might not even know what the hell going on. But I'm gonna be messing with him like, what else you got back there? I read that story. Let me see what you got back here in the back of this damn UPS. All right, then go on about your business. I would, cause I'm a bit nosy like that. And, well, I'm just hell nosy. I'd ask. It wouldn't bother me to ask. I'd ask. Be like, what else you got back there, Mr. UPS man? And no, I don't want to be put back there because I don't know. You might be deciding to be one of them traffickers and be trying to traffic me off. No, they don't want me. They don't want this. No. Yeah, I'm past right. But moving along now. Now, I don't know if you all have paid attention to the tiny house phenomenon that has taken off. And I call it a phenomenon because that's the way people are beginning to act toward it. But this is actually a very old concept. Something back in the day that African American people had that others call shacks or a shotgun house. This is what the hell these prefab tiny houses are. Prefabricated houses. They go from tiny to big. They're cost effective. Some of them doesn't have indoor plumbing. You gotta put it in yourself and whatnot. But y'all will be shocked to find out who the hell is selling them now. And see, what had happened was, I'ma just go on and let y'all know. I was scrolling through Amazon. I was scrolling through Amazon and I ran across this, and I was trying to figure out, what the hell is this? I can get a what from Amazon? A house? What the hell? So I was nosy, like I said, so I went in there. They actually got some cute little tiny houses in there. Now, I'm going to share a link to this, so you guys can click that link and see these images for yourself. Check my Twitter, check my Facebook. It'll be there. But like a little small house for $5,300. See, something like that would be nice for somebody who ain't got no kids and it's just you. You get on, buy you a little piece of land and you can live good like that. I mean, like this one here, that $5,300. It says here, the cute Outwood Escape Cabin truly is a tiny house encompassing just 113 square feet of space. Inside the snug home, an open plan, accommodating a living space at one end and a bedroom zone at the other. It takes just one day to assemble and features a generous covered porch for taking in the great outdoors. So yeah, y'all might want to check this out. I never thought that Amazon would be selling houses. Amazon is grinding for real. Amazon is turning out to be a boss around these parts. They selling houses and everything else. Now I looked at a couple of them, and there's a couple of them that made me kind of look at 2-3 times. Like the container house that they've got. Some of these little houses will be great for, like guests staying, have it out there by the garden or the pool or some shit. Or just another little getaway spot for you and the missus. Or you and the mister. Or vice versa. All the above. Hell, I don't know what everybody's into nowadays, and I ain't gonna even try. But yeah, it's some really nice, little, efficient, and financially can stabilize you. I think it's a really great idea. It saves on space, especially if you're the type of person that just don't need a whole bunch of space, or the kids is gone and then moved out, and you want a smaller house or something. kids going to college and whatnot. Cause Lord knows I got told this about to go to college, and I'm like, good Lord, I'm gonna be able to walk around in the bucket naked after them is gone. But I digress. I digress. I behave myself. I'm sorry. But it's the truth, hell. I ain't sorry shit. It's the truth. Just proud to walk around. Just pat out. It's all out there. Just comfortable. And at the same time, saving money in a tiny house. A little cute house. Now, I do have a thing for this little container house. That is kind of cute. Look like a little studio on the inside of it. But it's just an idea for everybody out there. If you ain't heard, Amazon is selling these prefabricated houses. And some of them only take a day to put up. Some of them take 2-3 days, depending on how big it is. So if anybody in the market for a prefab tiny home, you can get it now on Amazon. I thought that was story worthy. After we got off them idiots at UPS for ruining theirs. Because now they gonna probably need one of these tiny damn houses whenever they get out of prison. They all ass gonna need somewhere to stay unless they gonna go to the nursing home, and I don't think they really want to do that neither. Yes. Now, if I get any more information on these tiny homes, I'm gonna let y'all know. And when I do get more information on them dumbass UPS workers in Tuscan, I'm gonna let y'all know that too. Cause you know Sistah Such and Such gonna tell it. They was some dumbasses, and them tiny homes is some smart ass shit. It's just going back to the damn basics, like things were meant to be to begin with. The bills cost less. You can save some money and actually have more than what you're trying to work hard to get. Just a little information to help you cut yourself some slack. Take a little pressure off you. Just take a little pressure off you. And that could even help somebody. You never know. Yeah. So, thank y'all for tuning in. Big shout out to all my day ones. And all the new listeners. You have been listening to On One Radio, the talk show podcast station. We bring you the realest entertainment, information, music, lifestyle, and truth and comedy shows around. This has been Sistah Talk, and I am your host, Sistah Such and Such. Thank you for taking the time to listen to my podcast. It's the weekend. Have fun. Be safe. And stay out of jail or the cemetery. And remember, if it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, then it's a fucking duck.